Tam o Shanter by Robert Burns. When Chapman Billies leave the street and through the neighbours meet, as market days are wearing late and folk begin to tack the gate, while we sit, boozing at a nappy, and getting fou and unco happy, we think Nan the lang Scots smiles, or Mossy's water slaps and styles, that lie between us and our hame, while sits our sulky, sullen dame, gathering her brows like a gathering storm, nursing her wrath to keep it warm. This truth fand honest Tam o Shanter, as he for e'er nichted canter. Oh, there wam ne'er a town surpasses for honest men and bonny lasses. Oh, Tam, hadst thou but been sae wise as teat thine wife Kate's advice. She told thee weel thou was a skellum, a blithering, blustering, drunken blellum, that fae November till October, in market day thou wasna sober, that ilka meld a wee the miller thou had sat as long as thou had siller, that every neg was called a shoon, the smith and thee got roaring foon, that at the Lord's house, even on Sunday, thou'd drink wi' Kirk and Jean till Monday. She prophesied that, later soon, thou'd be found deep drowned in Doon, or catch wi' warlocks in the mark by Alloway's old haunted Kirk. Ah, gentle dames, it gals me greet to think how money counsels sweet, how money lengthens sage advices the husband for the wife despises. But, to our tale. The market nicht, Tam got plunted unco recht, fast by an ingle, blazing finely, wi' reaming swats that drink divinely. And at his elbow, Suitor Johnny, his ancient trusty drouthy crony, Tam load them like a very brother. They'd been fou for weeks together. That nicht drive on wi' sangs and clatter, and aye, the ale was growing better. The landlady and Tam grew gracious, wi' favours secret, sweet and precious. The suitor told his queerest stories, the landlord's laugh was ready chorus. The storm without micht rare and rustle, Tam didna mind the storm a whistle. Care, mad to see a man sae happy, e'en drowned himself among the nappy. As bees fly hame wi' lades of treasure, the minutes swing their way wi' pleasure. Kings may be blessed, but Tam was glorious, o'er all the ills of life victorious. But pleasures are like poppies spread, you seize the flower, its bloom is shed. Or like the snowfalls in the river, a moment white, then melts forever. Like the borealis race, that flit ere you can point to their place. Or like the rainbow's lovely form, a vanishing amid the storm. Nae man can tether time nor tide, the hour approaches, Tam maun ride. That hour, on this black arch the keystane, that dreary hour he mounts his beast in, and sick a nicht he tacks a road in, as ne'er poor sinner was abroad in. The wind blew as 'twad blown its last, the rattling showers rose on the blast, the speedy gleams the darkness swallowed, loud, deep and lang the thunder bellowed. That nicht, a child micht underston, the devil had business on his own. Wheel mounted on his grey mare Meg, a better never lifted leg, Tam skelpit on through Dublin mire, despising wind and rain and fire, was holding fast his good blue bonnet, was crooning o'er some old Scots sonnet, while glowering round wi' prudent cares, lest bogles catch him unawares. Kirk Alloway was drawing nigh, where Ghaists and Houlets nichtly cry. By this time he was crossed the ford, where in the snow the chapman smoored, and past the birks and Maple Stane, where drunken Charlie brack's neck bane. And through the winds and by the cairn, where hunters fan the murdered bairn. And near the thorn aboon the well, where Mungo's mither hanged hersel. Before him, Doon pours all his floods, the Dublin storm rose through the woods. The lightnings flash fae pole to pole, near and more near the thunders roll, when glimmering, through the groaning trees, Kirk Alloway seemed in a bleeze. Through ilka baw the beams were glancing, and loud resounded mirth and dancing. Inspiring, bold John Barleycorn, what dangers thou canst make us scorn. We tippenny, we fear nae evil, we Uscaby, we'll face the devil. As Swatsy reamed in Tammy's noddle, fair play he called na dales a boddle. But Maggie, stood right sair astonished, till by the heel and horn admonished, she ventured forward on the licht and vow, Tam son unco sicht. Warlocks and witches in a dance, nae cotion Bret new fae France, but hornpipes, jigs, strathspeys and reels, put life and metal in their heels. A winnock bunker in the east, there sat old Nick in shape of beast, a toozy tyke, black, grim and large, to gie the music was his charge. He screwed the pipes and got them skirl to roof and rafters all did dirl. Coffins stood round like open presses that showed the deed in their last dresses. And by some devilish cantrip slicht, each in its scold hond held the licht, by which heroic Tam was able to note upon the halley table a murderer's banes and gibbet urns, twa span lang wi' unchristened bairns, a thief new cutted fae the rape, wi' his last gasp his gapted gape. 5 tomahawks wi' blood red rusted, 5 scimitars wi' murder crusted, a garter which a babe had strangled, a knife a father's throat had mangled, whom his ain son o' life bereft, the grey hairs yet stuck to the heft. Wi' mair a horrible and awful, which even to name would be unlawful. As Tammy glowered, amazed and curious, the mirth and fun grew fast and furious, the piper loud and louder blew, the dancers quick and quicker flew, they reeled, they set, they crossed, they cleek it, till ilka carl and swat and reek it, and coosed their duddies to the wark, and like it in a sack. Now Tam, oh Tam, had they been queens, all plump and strapping in their teens, their socks instead of cray-sheet flannin, been Snow White 1700 linen. Well, breeks o' mine, my only pair, that aren't so plush o' good blue hair, I would a gie them off my hurdies for a blink o' the bonny birdies. But withered buildings, old and droll, rigwoody hags would speen a foal, looping and flinging on a crummock, I wonder didna turn the stomach. But Tam kent what was what for brawly. There was a winsome wench in Wally. That nicht enlisted in the corps lang after Kent on Carrick shore. For mony a beast a dead she shot, and perish mony a bonny boat, and shook baith makel corn and bear, and kept the countryside in fair. Her cutty sark o' paisley harn, that while a lassie she had worn, in longitude though sore less scanty, it was her best and she was vanty. Ah, little kent thy reverend granny, that sark she cough for her wee nanny, wi' £2 Scots 'twas all her riches, whatever graced the dance o' witches. But here my muse her wing maun cour, sick flichts are far beyond her poor, to sing her nanny lap and flang, a super jade she was, and strang, and who Tam stood like unbewitched, and thocht his very own enriched. Even Satan glowered and fidged for fain, and hotched and blew wi' micht and main, till first a caper, sign another, Tam tint his reason altogether, and roars out, "Well done, Coisac!" In an instant, all was dark, and scarcely had he Maggie rallied, when out the hellish legion sallied, as bees buzz out wi' angry fike when plundering hards assail their bike, as open pussies moat all foes when pop, she starts before their nose, as eager runs the market crowd when "Catch a thief!" resounds aloud. So Maggie runs, the witches follow, wi' mony and eldritch screech and hollow. Ah, Tam, they'll get thy faring, in hell they'll roast thee like a herring. In vain thy Kate awaits thy coming, Kate soon will be a woeful woman. Now do thy speedy utmost, Meg, and win the keystane o' the brig. There at them do thy tail may toss, a running stream they darena cross. But ere the keystane she could make, the fiend the tail she had to shake, for Nanny, far before the rest, hard upon noble Maggie pressed, and flew at Tam wi' furious ettle. But little wist she Maggie's mettle. A spring brought off her master hail, but left behind her ain grey tail. The carlin clocked her by the rump, and left poor Maggie scarce a stump. Now, what this tale of truth shall read, each man and mother's son, take heed. Whene'er to drink you are inclined, or cutty sarks are in your mind, Hank Ye may buy the joys o'er dear. Remember Tam o' Shanter's mare.